again. So what I'm doing now that the camera has room is I'm going to do the blue neck on the saucer. Now I'm going to use the Syracuse neck because that joins up properly. But because I'm flipping it, I'm actually going to have to use 22 first, which is on this side. Now actually what I'm going to do is actually going to put the ship right side up and see if I can actually apply it that way. It'll be easier, I hope. And that means that 24 actually goes on first. Now, which way does it lean? That way. Let me make sure. I'll be back. That little gap there, you see that little, that goes right over the dark part that leads to the torpedo tube. There. Got the ship leaned up on the correct angle so that I can see everything. Of course, it sure turns a brighter blue when it's in the water. It's almost like all the flat clear came off of it. I hope that's not the case. Ah, there's a whole section of the hull below the torpedo tube leading thing that doesn't get painted at all. Got it, okay. So I'll be right back once I get the highlighter. The yellow highlighter, because this is a Syracuse section. Alright, time to apply it. This is the front leading edge. Yeah, that's pretty good. Just needs a little adjusting. Just nudge it down a little bit. Or moisten it some more with the decal solution. Yeah, that's good. Now, the windows, they're almost at the very front, but not quite. But I want to see if I can nudge it forward just a little bit. With the microcell, of course. There we go. Ooh, back a bit, back a bit. Up a little there, back. Good, 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 good. There we are. There we go. It's on top of the gray piece. That's perfect. All right. Let's bring the camera around. And you can see. There it is. Good. So I might as well do the part that's on top, which is part number 22 as well. And it will lean forward the same way. Oh, wait, gotta get in range. It'll lean forward the same way. So I'll just do the trimming, I'll put it on, and I'll be back. It's very boldly blue, but don't worry, it'll get flattened down, just like the bottom star drive did. So we shouldn't have to worry. Alright, now we just have to shift it forward. Strange, it's not taking up all the neck room. Oh, there's a 25 and 26 that have to take part of the neck in the forward section. Okay, I was afraid I'd missed something, but haven't missed it. Okay, good. Just pull it forward. Come on. All right, give me one moment to adjust it. I'll be back. There we go. You see? Just below the nacelle. Right there. Good. So now I have a template to follow. And now I know why that part of the thing was left blank. So now I turn the ship this way to do everything on the other side. Kind of like that. And then you switch it over. So you have to start with, it's got to get right up against the neck, but I got to do the part that's over the thing first. So now I have to do number 23. Here. But it has to point that way because you're on the other side. So I'll put on number 23, number 21, and number 25, and that'll complete the other side of the neck. And I'll be right back. But I will have to remember not to pre-flatten the decal sheet, because it does make it pretty hard to get it on there. I can flat coat it afterwards, just like I did with the rest of the secondary hull. But it's nice to get the neck on and at least see how the top of the secondary hull is going to look. Still more blue than I thought, but I'm going towards the Space Dock look, Space Dock 12 or whatever it was called, instead of the Jupiter look, because it looked very orangish gray when it was in orbit as Jupiter, but it looked bluish gray when it was in Dry Dock 12 or whatever it was called. So I will be back once I apply the pieces. Don't want this video to run out of storage room. There is supposed to be a gray spot in between there. Okay, good. Now you moisten it down. I mean, dry it out. Good, okay. Good. Good, good, good. Oh, wait, gotta ease it back a bit. Don't want any thing on the... Oh, gotta ease the other one back a bit. Okay, give me 1 minute. There. Okay, now it's just the final piece. All right, so I got everything applied. You can see how the windows fit there. So I'm going to set everything down and we'll take some pictures of both sides of the neck. Okay, so there's the picture of the port side neck and a picture of the whole ship. Port side. There you go. And there's the picture of the starboard neck and the whole ship. So that's good. And you see the blue, it is a bit brighter, but it's not too different from the neck. And it fits well. There's just a little bit of neck showing in each side, so that's good. So I'll just put the ship this way. There. That way it can dry. And if we go like this, let me move a couple things here. Alright, should be able to get a view of the ship from here. Like so. There. There's a good front view. Don't know if I can get a back view, but I'll try. That's the best back view I can get with the camera lens. There. Alright, so that is truly all for today. Alright, so that's the end for today. That's the best progress picture I can take. Like so. Actually, one moment. There, that's better. There we go. That can be cropped. And one more. Alright. One more on the other side. Good, there you go. So that's perfect. Alright, and this is how I'll be all set up to do the top of the star drive. Probably on Sunday. But I just wanted to do the neck now to see how it looked. And of course the top of the star drive is going to be the same bold blue. Just like the outer struts. You see how they're bolder than there? Yep. Although they seem to have blended into the nacelles now, haven't they? That's quite something. Alright. So that's all for today, for the 30th, and I'll see you on, I guess it'll be July 2nd, Sunday, July 2nd. Bye-bye. Hello everyone, it's Sean, I'm back again. And it's time to do the next part of the Enterprise D. The dorsal saucer, the top saucer. And I'm going to start with the very center, very top, because you don't want anything to go wrong. So I'm going to go get my highlighter so I can mark my progress. Alright, so I'm about to withdraw the big decal from the water and turn it the right way. And of course you can see the section where it's going to go. Now once it's down and applied, I'm going to have to cut out the center so that I can install D2, which is the central bridge section. Remember, everywhere you see a white pennon, those are for the nacelles and stuff. Those are going to be the Syracuse stuff. So the Gray Aztec set will come in handy using the Syracuse markings at least. So I'm going to turn the ship this way. Make sure you're still in camera range. Oh good, you are. Good. Move everything closer. Okay, time to apply it. Now I'm going to pull it off from the front end first. Don't want anything to go wrong. Just give me a moment. If I'm out of camera range, that'll be why. All right. Almost there, just have to adjust it a bit. There we go. Alright, let's see here. There. Oh, we're getting there now. Good. Alright. Oop. Alright, I'll be back. Don't worry, once it's dry, I will cut out the center so I can put on number 1 and reapply the microsol and everything to get out all the wrinkles. It'll work. It should work quite nicely. This is trying to go over an irregular surface, but let's see if I can at least knock it down in the middle over top of that irregular surface. Maybe it will get rid of the wrinkles if I do that. One can hope anyway. Oh, those blue things do have to go out to the side, don't they? At least according to that. But not the circles. That's part of the Aztec around it. Okay, I see. Well, that'll come up later. Well, I can't believe it, but it worked. I actually got the piece off while it was still moist. So that's good. And now it's a lot smoother. Alright. So I guess there's no harm now in putting down decal number 1. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, so the top section's down now. I'm going to try putting the ship level on its pane stand, or at least as level as it'll get there, so that I can at least put the Aztecs down more evenly, on a more level surface. But that seems to have done well with the bridge dome and the observation lounge windows. So now we just let the things settle, and then we'll see how we get. See how it works. Making sure the windows are centered, and they are. Good. Okay. So let's see here. I guess it's best to do the back section, which is could be either 11, 19, or 20. Oh, I see where 19 and 20 go. They kind of go around the impulse engines. Guess you could do those first. Alright, so there's the first section. And you can see the aft sections there. I'll take a picture once the inner ring is complete on the cardboard, and then we'll move to the outer ring. So, got to go to the opposite side. Don't want to pick something that'll interfere with that one. The opposite side will be decal number 6, which is this one. And I'll nudge right up against the central section, so I'll do that one next. There we go. The next section is section 11 back here, and then the fan tail behind the shuttle bay, and then I should be able to put 2 things here. And then you go around the rest of the saucer. All right. I centered it by the escape pods around the spine, not exactly the grid lines. Got to pay attention to where the markings are. Now I'm putting on the 1701D behind the main shuttle bay doors, and then I will do the alternation here. Strange how one of them looks bigger than the other, but then that one is bigger than the other. I know, that was just a redundant sentence, I'm sure. Okay, so here's the shuttle bay one. I've been taking the pictures all along, but I'll take the main... Oh, there's a good one. I'll take the main pictures as the... Once the inner ring is complete, I'll take that picture. So it looks like the shuttle bay, his name is centered. Again, I'm not using the drawings on the side of the box. I'm just using the way the decals line up with each other and the parts of the ship. Now I know it's distressing. You cannot tell the difference between the dark and the light ghost gray, because everything's in the same gray. But don't worry, these are going to have the gray arrowhead decals on the top of the nacelles. And then I'll use one of the Reliant Damage decals for the missing port nacelle cover, and probably around here too. Have to check the reference images on that one. You can see 3 of the 4 are done. I leave the empty spot for the registry number, of course. You can see the picture here. So, one more section. Alright, so I've got all the inner ring applied. This time I'm saving the registry number for the end of the video. So I'm going to get the cardboard so I can at least do something here. Be right back. Alright, so time to get the pictures. First, the front. Then the left side. The right side. And from the back. All right, good. So, I guess it's time to tackle the outer ring now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the bigger pieces of the outer ring, these pieces, are cut up a bit, say in that nice central section. So of course I'm going to have to write down what numbers they are on the bottom surface. So you can see that this one, D7, so D7, D7, good. Both halves are now labeled. And you do the same with, is that an 8 or a 6? That's an 8. Okay, good. D8 and D8. All right. I mean, I could try to put them on in one piece, and it is flat enough that it could conceivably work that way. And you can see the guide here. So D8 and D7 are along the front. So I'm going to try D9 and D10, line them up with number 11 first. That'll make sure of everything. Then we'll try the 2 front sections. And then maybe after that, I'll try the Enterprise D registry on the top of the saucer. Immediate picture. The 2 back outer edges of the saucer. Next up will be D8, because it'll be right beside the front center. I mean the back, rear, right section. So we'll see how this goes in one piece, but don't worry, I've written on both pieces in case something happens. Well, I was lucky. It all came off in one piece. Just have to make sure it's aligned correctly now. So that's lucky. That's lucky. That's fortunate. It It worked. Just got to bring it up to the actual midline here. Pull it just a bit. A couple of the windows are a bit misaligned, just have to join there. So I'm going to have to moisten it a bit. And therefore loosen it a bit and just bring it a bit forward. Come on. Well, it's working slowly. That's good. The windows are, oh, good. There you go. Now it's got it. All right, so pat it down. Pat it down slowly, carefully. Okay. Working out most of the kinks. There you are. There you go. There's a little one here. But that's where the micro saw will come in. And that will help ease everything. So here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Slip down just a bit. Oh, no, it's a line down here. That's good. All right, so the final piece of the puzzle is decal number D7, which has been trimmed everywhere except around the decal number itself. Here we go. Okay, so I'll soak it and we'll see what's happening. Just before the battery runs out. I gotta charge my phone soon. This is where having a portable phone charger comes in handy. There, phone charging now. All right, so that piece went on better than even the one in front of it. I just made sure the windows aligned at both the front edge and the back edge. And they have. So now it's time to take the pictures again. So you can see here. All right, there we go. So, front picture. This is before the main registry, of course. That's up next. Starboard picture. Aft picture. And port side picture. Okay, so the only thing left now on the saucer, really, until you do the RCS thrusters, is the main saucer registry, which you can see here. So that's what I'm going to get ready next, and that'll finish it for tonight. There's the registry number. All right, so everything's done, as you can see on the top saucer. So that's that picture. Now we take the pictures of the ship itself. So let's move it over here. Start with the starboard side. Continue on to the front. Ooh, center it. There you go. Port side. And the back. So that is all for the Enterprise D for now. You see all these green detail decals on both top and bottom. That will be using the USS Syracuse detail decals. So that'll be what's up next. That'll be a part of a different video. And you can see how there's very little left in the Enterprise D bag, but that's stuff that's not going to be used. Instead, the Syracuse stuff is going to be used. So I'm getting that bag out right now. And we're going to narrow it down to that which will be used for it. So not any of the gray Aztecs, or even the spine piece. But the thrusters, yes. And you've got to find the Syracuse fantail decals. Alright, so let's see here. Well, they're around here somewhere. I'll find them. And when I do, I'll apply them, because they have to go along the top of the nacelles and everywhere else. So that's all for this holiday weekend for Sean's model builds, the complete Aztecing of the restored Enterprise D, model number 39. Bye. Right, hello everyone, it's Sean. I'm back again, and I'm trying to think of an idea for flat coating the Enterprise D. And remember this is what I put the star drive in when I just had the star drive top and bottom. But it seems to me that I will still be able to fit the entire star drive into the ship like that. See? And then I can flat coat the entire model without it risking it tipping forward, because I slid it back. That's good. You can flat coat the sides. You can flat coat the top once these pinstripes are down. That's what I'm going to do next. Put the pinstripes down from the Syracuse. And once the flat coating is down, I'll use the Tamiya gloss clear. Let me make sure I have some. I have the regular clear here. Now, it doesn't mention whether it's gloss or not, but I believe that by applying it to the nacelle grill only, with the finest brush, of course, a fine brush, I would be able to brighten up the nacelle colors, the blue, the gold, and the red, because if you look underneath, I think even the gold is a bit wretched. But this seems nice and steady to hold the nacelles in place and hold the ship level while I put on these nacelle struts decals. Of course, one of these pinstripes is going to be covered up by a damaged decal for the missing bottom panel. And of course, I'm going to use the top of the ship to determine exactly where I place those pinstripes. So I will be right back after I get the water heated up. See you in a few minutes. I could have thought of this much sooner, and it would have, but that's okay. I thought of it now. That's what's important. And because the water was quite warm, I'm going to carefully get them out now, even after only seconds in the water. See, it's already trying to slide off the backing paper, so now I have to, on camera, it slid off the backing paper. Okay, I got an idea. This is an on-camera trick. Save the white backing, get it underneath the decal, and there you go. Should be able to slide it off there. Now, you get the other piece of backing paper left over from before. You get it under the other pinstripe, and you do the same thing. Allegedly. It'll just take a moment here. Ooh. Just take a moment. There you go. That should That should do it. There you go. There you go. Okay. Now the trick is going to be able to slip it off onto the ship itself. So do this on camera and see if I manage to successfully save a decal. Eh? Yeah, there you go. Now I just have to slide it further forward, right to where it narrows. So further forward. Here we go. Boom. Is that about it? Looking at the box. Oop, turn it the other way. Looking at the box where it starts to narrow. Ahead of those two, I'd say that's almost exactly pinstripe goes back a bit to bracket some of the blue stuff. There you go. Good, perfect. So that is that. So now you have to blot this carefully. So there's an on-camera lesson of how you save a decal when it comes off the backing paper. You save the backing paper that's bigger in surface area than that decal from previous builds, from previous decal application, and you're all set. So it should work the second time with this one, except this time I'm going to go this way. So slide it again. Sometimes it is a bit of a flawed technique because it's been attached to the old decal paper for too long. You just have to moisten the decal again, pull the thing forward again, goes into the blue, there, and that's about equal to where it was on the other one. So now you blot it again. Up, shift it over. Gotta be straight. And just to make sure it stays in place this time, I'm going to use the microsol and the microset on both of them. And that'll be decal application on camera. Good. Very good. All right. So that is the application of the pinstripes, and that's the last step before flat coating, but I will save that for Thursday evening when footage from the ventral surface is being uploaded to YouTube. That'll be the best use of that time. All right, so now it's time for the pictures again. I'll go get the cardboard. I'll be right back. I had cardboard right near me, so here we go. Yes, I'm going to leave it on this base just for now, in preparation for flat coating in a couple days. All right, there. Oop. Oh, this way it can be turned. There you go. It'll be facing all four directions on the same piece. And the flat coating will get rid of that horrendous glare that you can see on the model right now. So that'll help also. Don't worry, anything that's in the background of the image can be cropped out of the image later. Well, I guess that was a bit of a mishap. Not fatal. Alright, so the final picture is going to have to be taken this way, which means I'll retake the pictures in this direction. Like so. Okay. Now I don't want to flat coat it when it's not even. So I am going to experiment with what can prop the ship up evenly right now. Let's see. And of course, I could use I mean, that was my first instinct, using the painting stand itself, but I'm worried about it tipping forward in the box, so it seems to me it's much better to actually have the saucer leaning on something like this, so that that doesn't happen. Or I do what I did, because it was easier. It was easier when it was on the bottom surface. It was easier to stay level, you see. But you see the difference between the bottom surface, hardly any shine, and the top surface, glossy shine everywhere. So I will make sure to do that. All right. So that's how I'm going to leave it for today on Sean's model builds, and I'll see you here in a couple days when I do the flat coating. And it's my sincere hope that it doesn't make it stick to that. Otherwise, I will just put it on the box and it'll only touch at the edge. In fact, that might be a better thing. If it touches at the flat leading edge only, you know, the leading edge that got dragged through the Viridian 3 dirt. Well, dragged is an accurate term because when they did the actual filament miniature, they did drag the saucer through. And that would just compromise the leading edge of the saucer, which I'm going to have to dry brush with brownish black streaks anyway, so it all fits. It all fits. So that's all for now, and I'll see you here next time. Bye-bye. Back. Now the same box that once upon a time carried the 1400 scale Enterprise D star drive, and now usually carries the 2023 maps and map books, can also now carry the entire 2500 scale Enterprise D. And I have braced it up against the with this so that it can be flat coated. Now I know you say, well, why is it leaning up against the front of the saucer? Two reasons. Number one, it tips over if it isn't, because it can only go so far back. Number two, you want the leading edge of the saucer to reflect the damage from generations. And the only way to do that is to have it bumped up against the very front of the same box that it is spray painted in. Of course, I'm going to do the dry brush with the matte brown and the matte black as well. But this will kind of get the front a bit damaged to begin with. Deliberately. Because this is the one that's restored. So I'll come back when it's flat coated and we'll see how it looks. But I better take a picture now of how it looks before it's flat coated. And I'll take a matching picture in the box once it's flat coated. Be back in a few moments. So it didn't stay up on its pedestal, so I was forced to spray it flat in the box itself, but here's the picture of it flat. Then I'm going to put it on its stand, the painting stand, of course. So there we go. There's the ship. Flat coated, of course. Bring it closer. There you go. There you go. And from this side, and from the back. Try and follow it. There you go. And from the port side. So there doesn't appear to be any damage to the ship, which is good. There you go. And it is now flat coated. Now, actually, I could probably take it off the stand and just prop something underneath it. One moment. All right, here is the completed, well, flat coated Enterprise D with all its big decals, you know, the Syracuse pinstripes, the Enterprise D registry, all the Aztecs. Did not want to risk the small Syracuse decals blowing away, which will go down here, so I left them off for now. This is more just getting everything all set up. It's on its permanent stand. Should be able to fit in the box on its permanent stand. I already picked out the right box to put it in. That box is this one. This is the one that's going to be transported in to the Hobby Club meeting in a couple days. And of course, I'm also bringing Voyager along to finish its windows and start its decals.